Good morning, students. Good morning, Bitya. I'm Dr. Suman from Faculty of Education and Methodology, Department of English. I'm going to teach you the topic on the bank of Ganges. This topic is in BA B.Ed 5th Sem English Literature, and the name of the topic is On the Bank of Ganges. As the name suggests, on the bank of Ganges, it's about the holy river Ganga, and it has been said we perform our rituals after the death of somebody in the Ganges, in the Ganga river. So here also the poet is describing about the Ganga river, that how it is holy and how the people are, uh, especially the death who goes through the death, those people they perform some kind of rituals for their uh, the dearest one who they have lost in the life. So let's start the poem. Endless crow noises, a skull in the holy sands tilts its empty country towards hunger. Endless crow, there is a skull, because there is a we are talking about a dead body which is brought on the bank of Ganges for the last rituals, because Gange river was considered as the holy river. If somebody is getting cremated on the bank of Ganges, it has been said these people go directly to the heaven. So he's describing about the scene of the Ganga river. What is there? There are endless crows which are making now noise, and there is a skull on the holy sand. On the Because Ganga river is a holy sand is there, so there is a skull is lying there, the dead body is lying there, and there are endless crows, and uh, they are tilting its empty. They are tilting the skull from here to there, and for satisfying their hunger. White clad widowed women, past the center of their lives, are waiting to enter the great temple. Now he is describing about the ladies who are draped in white saris, and they are in their 50 years, means they are 50 years old, are waiting to enter the great temple, and they are waiting to enter the temple which is great temple, because this temple is on the Ganges river. So they are waiting for their turn to enter, and they are draped in white saris. Their ostrich eyes stare like those caught in a net, hanging by the dawn's shining strands of faith. Their eyes are ostrich. Ostrich means without desire. These ladies who are who are wearing white clothes, their eyes are desireless, and they are staring like if somebody is caught in the net. So they are staring at the people in that way, hanging by the dance shining strand of faith. Though they have lost the desire, but somewhere they are having the slight strands of faith. This faith shining is just like the before the sun rises, the dawn shine. There is light rays of sun. So same is the case. Their faith is strand. Their faith is, though they have lost the faith, they have lost the hope, but still a little faith they are having. They fail. They fail early light sketches, ruined leprous shells leaning against one another, a mass of croused faces without name. So they are fail to catch the light. They are ruined. They are leprous. Leprous is kodhi. So they are ruined after the death of their husband. They catch the light which is very uh, fail, means they are unable to catch the light. They are unable to catch the brightness of the life. They felt they after the death of their husband, they felt that their life has been ruined, and they are leprous. Their bodies are like, जैसे गॉड कोढ़ी की बॉडी होती है, वो उस तरीके से उनकी बॉडी है, और एक दूसरे पे वो लीन किए हुए हैं, मतलब दे आर नॉट वॉकिंग स्ट्रेट. If somebody is walking straight, it has been said those people are having energy, they are able to face the world. But these people, these white ladies who are draped in white saris, who are widows, so these people are, after the death of their husband, they feel like they are ruined, and they are leaning on each other, just like the repress. A mass of crouched faces without names. Crouched is झुके हुए. So there is a this is a crowd. They are in the crowded without the identity. They don't have their identity, because in country like India, the identity of a female is known by the surname which they carry after their husband's surname. But after the death of their husband, they don't have any identity, and their face are bended, and they are leprous, and they feel helpless and ruined also, and suddenly break out of my hide into the smoky blaze of a sullen solitary pyre that fills my aging mother. Now, the poet is describing about his own condition. He was lost in some kind of thoughts, and suddenly he realizes. By what he realizes? Into the smoky blaze of a sullen solitary pyre. There was a pyre, एक चिता थी, सॉलिटरी ऑल अलोन, जिससे स्मोकी ब्लेज उठ रही थी, जिससे धुआं उठ रहा था. तो जो पोएट है वो कुछ सोच रहा था वहाँ पे बैठ के. तो सडनली जब उसकी चिता से जो आग निकल रही थी, जो चिताएं जल रही थी, तो उससे उसका अचानक से ध्यान भंग हुआ, ध्यान टूट गया. दैट फील्स माई एजिंग मदर. और जो वो सॉलिटरी फायर था, वो उसकी एजिंग मदर का था. हर लास्ट विश टू बी क्रिमेटेड हियर, twisting uncertainly like light on the shifting sands. He's talking about that to be brought her in her last time. That was her last wishes. His mother's, because this poem is written by Jayant Mahapatra, so he's talking about his own mother. That my mother's wish was, the last wish of my mother was to be cremated on the bank of Ganges. Though he was uncertain and hesitated to do this, but he had performed his his mother's last wishes, and her last wishes was to be cremated on the bank of Ganges, because it is considered, it has been said that country like India, when somebody dies, their body is cremated on the pyre of on the pyre on the bank of Ganges. So same is the case with the Jayant Mahapatra's mothers. So her wish was that she should be cremated in her last days, in her uh, last few moments of her death. She wants that she should be cremated here on the bank of Ganges, so that directly she can go to the heaven, because it has been said the people after the death who are cremated on the bank of Ganges, because Gange river is so pure, so holy, that it opens the door of heaven. So same is the case when Mahapatra's mother, her mother's his mother's last wishes to be cremated on the bank of Ganges, so that directly she can go to the heaven. Though by performing these rituals, Jayant Mahapatra was little bit uncertain and hesitant also, but he performed the last rites of his mother. He fulfilled the last wish of his mother, and the last wish of his mother was to be cremated on the bank of Ganges. So, this is the explanation of the poem. So, in this poem, it has been said there is a description about the dead bodies. There is also description about the widows. There is also description about their desireless life, and they also how after the death how they are doing in their life. They feel like they are powerless, They feel that there is no energy left in their life. They feel that they have been ruined because the name of them, the identity has been taken by the God. So they are feeling helpless and like a leprous cell. But that is the truth that one has to die. But if it has been said in the holy books also that if somebody dies and the cremation is done in the bank, on the bank of Ganges or in the Ganga, on the Ganga river, so they directly goes to the heaven. So in the first stanza it has been said there are so many crows, endless crows. There are so many crows. Crow is also meant for the bad omen. In India and other side also, crow is meant for the bad omen. So he is opening his first stanza with the description of crow. So he's saying that there are endless of crows are there, and they are roaming around. They are wandering on the a dead skull is there. They are wandering on the skull, and that skull is lying on the holy sand of Ganga river. Tilts its empty country towards hunger. They are tilting this skull so that they can pacify their or satisfy their hunger. In the next stanza, it has been shown about the widows, the women who are widow. So it has been said that they are in white clad. Clad means clothes. So they are in white clothes. They are wearing white clothes after the death of their husband, past the center of their lives. They are in the 50 years old, or you can say they are in the center of their lives, are waiting to enter to the great temples. So on the bank of Ganges, there is a temple also, and they are entering into that temple. In next stanza, it has been said about their desireless eyes. So they are having ostrich eyes. Ostrich eyes is desireless eyes. In their eyes, no desire is left. Stare like those caught in nets. They are staring at the people like they are caught in a net. If some animal or if somebody else is caught in the net, they stare at the people who are outside. Same is the case with these people, with these widows. After being widows, they are staring, they are desireless, and they are staring at the people just like they are caught in the net. Hanging by dawn's shining strength. The just like uh, the dawn is before the sun rises. There is yellowish color in the sky, and slight rays of sun comes, and that is called dawn. So same is the case in their life. There is a slight rays of faith. They fail early catches. They fail early light catches. In their life, there is no energy, no light. Ruined, they feel like they have been ruined. Leprous, कोड ही बताया था. And they don't have any energy. They are not looking at the people straight. They are not looking with energy. So they are so helpless. They feel so hopeless, and they are walking on after by leaning on each other. They are leaning on each other. They are taking the support of each other, just like a leprous person. And they are in a mass. Now they are in the crowd because their faces are crouched. उनके फेस झुके हुए हैं, and they don't have identity. And suddenly breaks out of my hide into the smoky blaze of sullen fire. So poet was lost in some kind of thought, and suddenly breaks out of my hide. Suddenly he realizes by seeing the smoky blaze of a sullen solitary pyre. There was a solitary pyre. Pyre चिता होती है, तो वहाँ पे एक solitary, एक अकेली चिता थी जिससे धुआं उठ रहा था, आग की लपट उठ रही थी. तो सडनली वो उस पायर को देख के, उस चिता को देख के रियलाइज़ करता है दैट फील्स माई एजिंग मदर। वो मेरी जो एजिंग मदर थी, जो ओल्ड मदर थी, तो वो किस तरीके से उन्होंने अपनी लास्ट विश पूरी करी, ये उसके बारे में बताता है। हर लास्ट विश टू बी क्रिमेटेड हियर, twisting uncertainly like light on the shifting sand. His mother's last wish was to be created on the bank of Ganges. And he was hesitant, he was a bit uncertain to do so, but he performed the task, but he performed the last ritual, last rites, what his mother has wished for, because her wish was to be cremated on the bank of Ganges so that she can go directly to the heaven. This is the poem by Jayant Mahapatra. Thank you so much.